Hey guys, it's Nick the Booksmith. Welcome back, welcome back. So shall we move along? I thought of some things that I want to do. Actually planned a little bit, so go me. And where we stopped off last time was putting in the bottles in the spine so that we could have little specimens. Or if you're not going to use this as a naturalist collecting lap book, you can also use, I mean, there's all kinds of things. If you wanted to use it for traveling, for crafting, this could have all kinds of, you put sequins or needles for sewing, all kinds of things could go in little bottles in here. You could have little compartments for thread that you could wrap around card instead of taking in a spool. You could just wrap your thread or your embroidery floss or fill in the blank around pieces of card and put them in little slots. You would have room for, if you wanted to do cross stitch, you could have blank cross stitch fabric and a place for your patterns and just all the different things that you could do with it. If it's like a pen pal kit, you could have places for stamps and paper and pens, and you get the idea. So moving on, since I worked on this side last time, let's start over on this side. And I wanted to add something to this general vicinity. And I have this Webster's Dictionary cover, the front cover. It's a little worse for wear, but it's going to be great for what we need it to be used for. I think I'm going to be using some magnets, if we can get them out of the container. You know, struggle is real. Let me get, where'd the other, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, stop. So I'm going to have these out on separate ends of the room so that they don't fight. And what I think I'm going to do is this is going to be a fold out that comes out from this, and then this folds out. I was going to line the inside of this. I probably used it to ink something. I probably did that. I'm just gonna throw myself under the bus. And then that way I could also put the magnet underneath it as well. That sound like a plan of sorts? I don't know which side I like better. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Nick. It doesn't matter. Could analyze over that forever. Analyze. Yeah, I know I said analyze. And, so funny, I cannot speak French, so please don't ask me to say voila correctly, because it's not going to happen. It's a family joke. We say walla walla instead of, you know, the word for that in French. We just say walla, and it morphed to walla walla. So that's why I say that. It's not because I don't know the word. It's because I can't pronounce the word. But it's because it's a family joke. We're so funny. And again, I'm just going to use some tape for the sake of time so that I don't have to wait for soggy things to dry. So I hope you don't mind. Feel free to substitute with honest to goodness glue. So much cheaper than tape. This stuff ain't cheap. Not if you're going to use it like this. But I make sacrifices for you guys. Now where is my bone folder? I hope everybody is doing okay. We had a cold spell and now it's going to be warm. I think it's going to be in the 70s today. Thank goodness gracious. It goes from 3 degrees at night to 78. It's nuts. It's nuts. Of course, this happened even before 2020, so I really can't blame 2020 on that. Not solely, anyway. Oh, I'm going to hide the magnet, aren't I? Oh, Nick. Nick! I'm just going to kind of put this in the middle, I think. Let me find the actual middle bar. Goodness, I almost did it again. Covering stuff up. I'm going to put a little tape on top of this so that the paper sticks on top of it. what I thought I would do is take a scrap of the tapestry and use it for my little flippity flappity spine thing. And I could either put it underneath or on top. And I'm kind of digging it over the top of the cover just a little bit. I think though I'm going to use some the Fabra whatever stuff. It's super sticky and I know it won't come loose. I'm just going to overlap it like, I don't know, less than ½ inch. And then what it's going to do is it's actually going to fold, and some of it will be seen on the front of this as well. And I think I'm going to center it like about there. And then this can roll over like this. And I'm hoping, let me see if I can find it. I have this little library pocket. It's just a extra from one of my kits. And I wanted to be able to put this on the front of this envelope, maybe. So I might do that as well. Let's go ahead and put some glue on this puppy. This is not an exact science by any means, so we're winging it. When in doubt, wing it. That's what all the cool kids do. And it's okay if it's not perfectly center or it doesn't matter. Now when that dries, I can finish up what I'm going to do underneath. But I think that's kind of a cool little thing. So let me show you what I'm going to put underneath. I have these little folders from World Traveler kits, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to have this, when you open it, these will be underneath, kind of like a row of pockets, but I wanted it to be hidden behind this cover. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line these up, and I might have a little tab sticking out maybe. And then I will glue or sew them, or both, on either side. Of course, I put the clips on the wrong side, so I can't shut them. Sabotaged by myself again. So I need a magnet right in this general vicinity. So I will put it underneath this. So I don't know if going through all this paper, if I can, oh yeah, I can. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to use the washer, but I can. Sometimes it's too thick. Like when I did the other one, I had to use 2 magnets because it was too thick. There wasn't enough strength in one magnet. With a washer, I had to use 2 magnets. Okay, so I'm gonna go sew these together and I will be right back. All sewn on either side so that it can fit right under here. There. Now that won't, hopefully, move too much. Place the magnet wherever the magnet needs to go, which I'm assuming is going to be about there. So I stuck this down with a little bit of tape, double stick, and then I put a big row on this side. And I think before I stick everything down, I'm going to put another row across the top. Okay. Now I will stick this down. I'm going to leave this side open just for little hidden things, because this would be where you would think it would go, but since the magnet is there, that would stop anything from going in easily. So we're just going to do that. All right, next, this is another leftover printout from when I was making this kit. Let me, hold on a second. It looks really dark. I guess it's okay. So this is a little income receipts folder, a little kit that I have. And I wanted to put it here. I have not glued it together yet. It just was cut out and ready to rock and roll. And this is going to get stuck down here, but I wanted to put some little brads in there first. They won't be holding it down. They're just going to be for looks. Just because I like the extra texture. I think I got out 2 different kinds. Not that that matters that they're 2 different kinds. I just noticed, and if I noticed, well, then I've got to fix it. These little brads will go in under here, and I will open up the little prongs diagonally so that I don't have to snip them off. I like the extra texture. That's why I add textiles and glass and cork and twine and paper and metal. It's all about different textures from the different materials. There. I like that. I like this yellow against the other paper. It's totally different. The library pocket down here. I might print one out just a little bit smaller because this one's just a little big for this particular spot. I might put it elsewhere. Over on this side, one of the things that I wanted to do that I can quickly manage, under here, I did put buttons on this. I used ones that had like a little shank on them, and so they stick out quite a bit. So I might change that. I have another one of the folders from one of the World Traveler kits, and I thought it would be cool up here. But again, I want to sew down either side just to add another textural element. So I'm going to go sew on this real quick. I'm going to put that about right there. I think I will use Fabri-Tac. The other thing I wanted to do is I have another one of these accordion folders, although this one is not accordion, it just has a little box side. This is made like the box side that I put on the Pen Pal folio. I will link whatever this is if I'm not remembering that correctly. Whatever it is, I will link it. I have one of the bottoms to one of the file folders like I used here, and it's not as wide as it needs to be, but it doesn't really make that big a difference. It doesn't have to be all the way. It doesn't have to go from the top to the bottom all the way. Not going to sweat it. Initially, I was thinking about hinging it over on this side, but the fact that this hinges out this way makes me want to hinge it out this way. So I'm going to attach this. Hold on, I have to let the cat in. It's not even my cat. I will tell you in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on this. I will explain. So if you hear this little mouthy cat, it's not mine. I do have a mouthy cat, but this one is a different mouthy cat. Do you hear her? Oh, there she is. Why, hello. I've been calling her Mimi. She's Siamese colored with, hi, hello. But she's also torty. Let me move this. Maybe she'll get, here she is. Come here. So she's got little freckles. She's such a love bug. Yeah, just flop right there you go. So I don't know if you can see, but she's got like some little like torty markings, but very, very faint throughout her fur. She's not obviously a purebred Siamese or anything. I think she's a stray. She's been around a little bit. We don't have a whole lot of strays. So when she showed up and then kind of hung around, we wondered, we figured, well, you know, maybe she does belong to somebody, but we don't rightly know. What we do know, however, she's a female, and she brought with her the other day, or they showed up, there were two male cats. And I know one of them for sure is not fixed. I'm a farm girl, I can tell. So, won't go into the gory details. I can't find there it is. Anyway, so we didn't know if she was a stray or if she just lives in the area and her owners obviously let her out. I don't think she's fixed. And the two other cats showed up, and I know one of them's a Tom. So my husband and I had the discussion. She doesn't have a tag or collar or anything, and we don't know where she's coming from. We've tried to figure out and ask the neighbors, and they've said they've seen her around, but they don't know anything else about her. Probably gonna take her to our vet, see if she's chipped. If she's chipped, then I will, of course, contact the owners if I can. But if she's not chipped, I'm gonna go ahead and have her spayed, because I don't want kittens running around, as lovely as they are. This is what I get for playing with the cat and not paying attention. I didn't make myself a little hinge there. So I will have to cover that part up with some paper or something. Anyway, back to my story. So that will probably be happening sooner than later here. I just need a minute, you know? Oh, Mama needs a minute. So I was hoping that my husband could take a day off or something, because he needs to take a couple of days before the end of the year anyway. So he would take a couple of days off and deal with the cat situation. That would be awesome. Yeah. You can pretty much tattoo sucker on my forehead when it comes to, especially when it comes to animals. This flips back now. She's really, really sweet, and I think my husband would like to keep her, because talk about a sucker. He is, there's my cat. My cat goes, oh, I know somebody's in there. She's deaf, her nose works. Underneath here, all kinds of things could happen. And I do have some of these little coin envelopes from the kit, from one of the kits. So I could stick one of these here. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. But there's that. And then underneath here, right here, I wanted to make some little, I worry because she gets into everything. Although I did leave her in here last night in my workroom with a litter box and food and water, because she was knocking on the door at like 1 o'clock. I was trying to get tired and nod off and go to sleep, and there's a cat, you know, at the back door. It's like, oh, do you not have a home? So I would like to put some little slide pockets, and basically all these was a rectangle that I scored 3 lines onto and then cut the corners from. So here's one. Which side do I want out? Somebody yell at me. I think the greener side. Okay. Thank you, whoever that was. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's a circus all the time. Circus. So I'm just going in 3 tick marks on either side. This is just a scrap of file folder that is, it is 1 tick mark past 2.5. That's 2 5/16. At the moment, I can't tell you how many millimeters that is. And then what I do is I cut the corner out so that it will fold up nicely. I could also bevel the top edges too if I wanted to. I'm not gonna. I wasn't gonna. Anybody name that movie? So far I have like 6 of them, but I will show you what I want those to be for. They're all different colors of this khaki green. I had just a bunch of scraps and I decided to use them up. So I'm going to just pinch those little corners closed first. She is one of the most friendly, affectionate cats I've ever come across. She's just a doll baby. I do not need another cat. If I found a home for her, that would be fine as well. Like I said, I'll go check and see if she's chipped and if she's fixed and if they're gonna, you know, take care of her or not. Oh, how can I be tactful about that? So, you gonna be like, you know, feeding your cat, or... I fixed up a spot outside for her to get out of the weather if need be. A dry place with food and water, and again, because I'm a sucker. But she kept coming back, and then my husband fed her, and well, you know, that's a kiss of death right there. He would probably be super happy if we had a massive amount of kitties. He would just be like in hog heaven. But no, I don't need that. I really don't. I may put another set up at the top. Or I may... This one's short. Why is this one shorter? Did I make one shorter? Did I make 2 of them shorter? Well, they'll have to go up at the top then, because that will really bug me. They can be different colors, but if they're different sizes, it has to make sense. No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. A few more, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. I just have to decide how I want them. Maybe I'll do a complete set of 12. So I will let you know about the rest of the cat drama as it unfolds. I think what I'm going to do before I put another row over here is I'm going to cover this strip of file folder with this paper so that it looks all cohesive underneath, because I'm a freak like that sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't matter, and I couldn't even tell you the difference of why it matters sometimes to me and sometimes it doesn't. I wish I could explain it to you. I cannot. So I will make, let's see, I need 4, 5, 6. I need 6 more. I'll need to make 6 more.